Good afternoon to the esteemed Rotary representatives, guests, colleagues, and most importantly, our fellow delegates. I didn't realize. I think you can hear me a bit better now. My name is Darshika Makan, and I'm a town planner by profession, a manager in my office, but more than that, I'm a loving daughter, sister, girlfriend, and friend. I first heard about the Rotary Find Your Voice program in the beginning of 2019 when my best friend told me she was enrolling for the program and suggested that I do so with her. So me being my usual self, by the time I gave it any thought, applications had closed. January 2020 came along, and even before I could approach my manager about applying for the program, he approached me and suggested that I apply. So there was more reason for me to say yes and go for it. As the year began, and before we could even have our first session, COVID hit, and bam, we were on lockdown. While chatting to a few people from outside this group through the year, many said that they felt sorry for us for doing this program during COVID, and that we weren't being able to meet up as much as previous years, and not being able to have the full experience of the program. And while this may be true in many aspects, I must, however, say, and I'm sure that my fellow delegates can agree with me on this one, that this program in the year 2020 has never come at a better time for us. This is the year we needed to truly learn to be resilient, to be a leader that is able to adapt to a complete different lifestyle change, a change that no one predicted or even wanted. 2020, and lockdown in particular, took us by storm. We did not expect it to consume almost our entire year. We did not expect to be stuck in our homes for 5 months, making us question globalization, and in my case, urban planning as we know it. We had to learn to adapt to what everyone termed the new norm. And we had to change our ways, and not just change for the sake of it, but change in order to save our lives and save our families' lives. There has been quite a few complexities to my journey through 2020, and it started long before lockdown or even before 2020. Last year, I became a manager in my office. I became responsible for guiding and monitoring my fellow colleagues. Through most of last year, if I'm truly honest, saying that I've been struggling would be an understatement. Then 2020 came along, and I found myself having to manage staff who have been used to face-to-face interaction and working as a team, to being able to having to work through virtual means of communication, monitoring, and guidance. 2020 also saw huge strides in my personal relationship with my partner and family. I've needed to rise up and be strong through that. Through these challenges, I've had to deal with questions of what really is my worth? What is my purpose in life? And thoughts of who am I in all of this, and what kind of person do I really want to be? The Find Your Voice program has given me the opportunity to gain a new perspective on these real life situations. We discuss topics about understanding emotions and using them positively. When I come from a thought that emotions are annoying, especially in the workplace, and I have to shove them away. We also discuss topics how even a small person like me can have the potential to make a huge difference. The Find Your Voice program has been holding my hand and helped me not to break down and give up through this very difficult year. It's taken me on a climb, indoors obviously as we were on lockdown, so I'd say a climb from one floor of the building to the next. Each lesson I can feel building me and my character, and taught me to learn a little bit more about myself and how I can positively impact on the people around me. In August of this year, I was fortunate in that my manager, Chris Nadu, offered me a position as an associate in the company. Did you really have so much faith in me? Could I really do this? As with any other challenge, I gladly said yes. And even though I did not feel confident and felt like in no way ready for this challenge, I decided that this is more reason for me to rise up and grow. Well, not in height, of course, but you know what I mean. A quote from one of the speakers this year has stuck with me. He said, "We think we are seeing what is out there, but we are really only seeing it as we are." In light of this, one of the biggest highlights of the program for me was listening to and understanding the perspectives of others. The program has exposed me to the perspectives of inspiring speakers and these amazing and intelligent people, my fellow Rotary Club, who have helped me to grow in ways that they don't even realize. So while I reached the top of the flight of stairs, and while the sight in front of me is still quite blurry, and I still don't feel 100% confident in who I am and my abilities or my exact place in this world, I understand that the penthouse suite is just a few floors away, and I'm brimming with positivity to be able to a new perspective on life. So I can't yet say that I found my voice, but what I can confidently say is that I'm in a position where I'm finding my voice, and I have the tools to be able to explore who I am by expressing the best version of myself, to be able to reach that penthouse suite and eventually find my voice.